Welcome back to another edition of Tea and Toys. Obviously, before we looked at the leaked, or should we say spilt images from the Transformers Age of the Primes. That is the name of the new branding for 2025. Let's have a look at the toys. Let's have a look at these. So, first up we got Silverbolt stroke Superion. That's the back of the box. That's Superion next to the box. So first up, let's have a look at Silverbolt himself. Now, if I'm honest, he looks kind of a bit plain. It doesn't look like there's much details on him. He just looks very white, with a bit of red on his shoulders and some yellowy gold top of the parts of the legs. Something just comes across as a bit plain here. Now, I don't mean as in meow type plain. I mean, just he looks kind of blah. I don't not like it, but I'm not in love with it. So maybe it's one of those things where he'll look better in hand. Now this is him with the extra kibbly bits so you can build your Superion. Now, I think looking at this, it would have been interesting if the kibble could have turned into the space pod, which from the Key to Vector Sigma episodes where the Aerobots were built from. It would have been interesting if they could have done that with the kibble. That looks similar-ish to the space pod, which was actually the precursor to Silverbolt. I don't know. That's just my head and ideas going crazy there. But when I compare this little battle platform versus Motormaster's vastly superior, and we get the Concorde. Now this does actually look quite good. This isn't a plain plane. So I actually quite like this. I do like this as it looks like that. And then with the additional kibble bits at the end. Now, it doesn't look horrendous. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Now, the plane slots in there perfectly fine. You can see that. And the extra section does connect to the back of the jet. So it's not completely egregious looking at it. It doesn't look that bad. I did think I was going to hate it. I don't hate the look of it. And here we have Superion. Now, looking at Air Raid on the back of the leg there, comparing it to the cars on the Menasor, it does look a bit bulky on the back there. So I hope, like I've done with my Menasors, I can spin around the knee joint to have the planes facing forward. It's like, at this moment in time, I don't love the look of the legs. The arm is fine. I don't mind the jet on the arm there. That's by the by, I don't care. But on the leg, something just seems off. Something seems off with the back of the leg there. But nice to see a animation accurate head on Superion there. But the Superion bot looks quite good. He doesn't look, well, plain. There we have it with the sort of images as if to show without the planes on there. They could have just shown it without the planes instead of this blue thing going on there. And here we have a Silverbolt front and face. Again, it just seems so like a whole void of white there. Like I said, I am not loving it. Don't hate it, but I'm not loving it. A Superion without anything attached to him. So this is the picture they should just use instead of the other one with the blue diagram type images there. This one looks better, and yeah, to be fair, I like it. I'm not opposed to the whole skeleton frame thing. I just had a lot of concerns with doing any of the others versus Menasor, because with Menasor it kind of worked. It was the right way to do it in my eyes. I don't care about the whole Scramble City thing. I never mixed and matched any of the Scramble City type Transformers I had as a kid. You know, the Combaticons went with Onslaught. The G2 Aerobots went with Silverbolt. I never mixed and matched them because I didn't want to put goodies on baddies. And then we have boxed Air Raid. Back of the box. Air Raid next to the box. I think he looks quite good. I think he's turned out quite nice in the toy mode there. Yeah, this looks pretty fine to me. Very happy with it. Very animation accurate looking at him. and will be a great addition to the shelf. I do like this. I'm not disappointed in how he's looked, and I'm glad I've given him 2 guns so you can even out the wings when he's in jet mode. Yeah, again, a little posed shot there. Looks pretty good. I like it. I like this. Jet mode, nothing offensive there. The jet, you know, they are what they are. They're slightly smaller jets, because like they have done with a lot of the Seekers and like Decepticon jets, they've all been Voyager size because, you know, planes are big. So it's just interesting. We've got the deluxe, back to deluxe planes again, and we have Slingshot, the British-built Harrier jump jet. There we are. For myself, a lot of people don't like Slingshot. I actually quite like him. Maybe it's because of the whole British connection. I don't know. There is his little post spot next to his box. Post spot. Yeah, I'm happy for this one. Head looks great. See, there's a lot of white on this guy, but it doesn't look as bland as the Silverbolt. He looks pretty good. There he is, front and centre. I like this. I do like this. I will be happily picking up this Transformer. Jet mode. Big ass picture there. Yeah, I like that. It looked blocky. The original picture looked blocky, but now I'm seeing it in a different angle. I'm not offended by it. I'm happy. And now we get Wasp/Waspinator, or Fugitive Waspinator of No Universe. Then put that on the box. Again, this is obviously a reissue of the animated series Bumblebee. Well, not a reissue, a rejig of it to give us the Waspinator. Not something for me, but I'm happy for those that want him. To be fair, it does actually look quite cool, but not something I'll be buying or interested in buying. And then we get, again, something else I'm personally not interested. I don't like the concept of the 13 primes. I generally do not like that. Like these weird god-type beings. No. Only a prime kill a prime. What a dumb piece of lore. Absolutely stupid piece of lore. No wonder Megatron wants to kill him. Don't get me on the whole changing of Megatron's backstory. Ooh, man. Really, really big bugbear there. So let's just flick through these. Back of the box. Posed with the box. There she is. No, another pose picture of that. Like, she doesn't look bad. I don't hate this toy. I just don't like the concept of it, and I won't be picking it up. Front and centre. Another pose spot. The hammer looks quite cool. I've got to give it that. Again, it's a bit of a... I don't love this alt mode. I don't love it. Seems too chunky. Yeah, I don't love that. Now, G2 Grimlock with a G1 logo, and I believe this is correct. So yeah, we got G2 Blue Grimlock. So we're up for the teal. Is the only one that hasn't been released. We've had every other Grimlock possible, but it does beg the question of why the Shattered Glass Grimlock didn't come with a wheelie. Question's got to be asked. And why was there no mini wheelie thing with the Godzilla Megatron that uses this mold? Again, not something I'm interested in, not something that I would be picking up, but happy for those that want an army of Grimlocks on their shelf with all the different colours. I quite like they're doing the toy colours wheelie for this little guy. Just release an actual toy, not a model thing. The Fallen, again, not a big fan of the concept, but I do like this design. I think this is the only design the Fallen should ever have, not that weird big head version they had in the, was it the Power of the Primes trilogy, or whatever that trilogy was called. Didn't like that design. This is, to me, this is the Fallen. A lot of speculation to say that this is meant to be a precursor to a Megatron figure. I can see why people are saying that. But we'll see what they do with a Megatron going forward. Not offended by this. This, again, not interested, but I don't dislike it. Don't dislike it. I like it. Tank's pretty cool. Let's hope the turret can spin. Any toys, especially Transformers toys, where it's a tank and the turret can't spin, then it's not a tank in my eyes. It's a gun platform. Ugh, again, another 13-member Star Optimus Prime. Again, I do not love this idea of a gigantic Titan-sized Optimus Prime. No, not a fan of it, and I don't care. I don't love it. But to say it isn't a good toy, it looks like it's a good, fun toy for children to play with. But it's got a base, you've got a mini vehicle with another mini vehicle. You get to build a gigantic Optimus Prime if that's what you love, and you get a mini hot rodder with it as well. So as a toy, thumbs up. But as a concept of a character, not something I love, not something I'll ever be picking up. Optimus Prime is not this big. I don't even know what that is. There is front and centre with the mini hot rod. Kind of cruel for those people that want to collect only hot rods or Rodimus Primes or however many names that he's had. Well, I'd have to pick this up to get that minifigure. So yeah, I don't love it. I don't love Star Optimus Prime or Star Convoy as he was originally known. But the thing is, he doesn't go with your Super Megatron. That's just really annoying to me. The other Power of the Primes release they did, better scale. That's how it should be, not this. But for those of you that want it, I'm happy that it's coming for you. Oh, look at that! That doesn't look good. It looks very, although it came before, Armada Optimus Prime. So it makes me think it's kind of similar design to where they went with the Armada Prime. Looking at this. Oh look, I've done the splits and I've put my head down and opened my chest up. It's a base. It doesn't look good. No, I'm not a fan. Again, I like that this is very reminiscent of the Rodimus Prime trailer and battle platform. That's where they're going with this, and I appreciate that. I think that's actually quite good. And he fits inside his own trailer. Close-up spot of that. Yeah, again, I'm not offended by that. It's not a bad little toy. Not something for me. Now, Red Alert. Now, this will be this is a hard one for me not to get, because I genuinely love the design and look of the Armada Red Alert. Although looking at this, they actually have removed the universe that he's from on the box. So that's interesting. Although they did put Generation 2 Grimlock on his box, so that's obviously a change that they've had in-house. Back of the box. Again, I like the fact that you can switch out the hands, so you can have a hand, the blaster, and probably a claw I think he comes with as well. Or a hammer, was it in the original toy? I'll get to that image in a second. Yeah, do you know what? I do love this. And it makes me think of the old Armada game on PlayStation 2. I do love this design. Okay, so not a hammer, a claw, a laser gun, something else. But it's good he gets two hands. You can give him two hands if you want to give him two hands. But I like the whole jazz eye visor vibe. Very cool. Cool design. Good design. Now, the leader of the Primes, Primer Prime. I'll just skip through this one. Again, I don't love the alt mode. I like the idea of the sword, the matrix. It doesn't look hideous. None of them look bad. I just don't love the concept behind them, and would happily forget about that stupid concept and just have them as once and one-time leaders of a faction during and after the Quintesson invasion and all that kind of thing. The original cartoon continuity. And that's something, if I'm honest, again, with that continuity, it is very loose in some places, but it's where I always go to in my head. And although I appreciate this guy has got a head design similar to a character shown on screen, unnamed, now you could argue that retrospectively he is now that Primer. I'm just not a big fan of it, of the concept. But I'm happy for those that do want it. I really am. I really am happy that those of you guys that want it are getting it. Okay, and this just looks like the design from... It looks like Siege Ironhide. The Ironhide design. So this is very reminiscent of the Autobot Trooper. So you could have a ton of Autobot Troopers flanking Primer. And that'd probably look quite good on a shelf. look really cool. Or given the colours, it look very stormtroopery, but there we are. But just design ideas for your shelves, guys. Yeah, buy 101 more Autobot troopers and have them lined up next to this guy. Front and centre. Again, the sword design's cool. You know, it's not a bad looking toy, but it's not one for me. And that's the end of them. So let's find some other images. And here we have the box picture of Vortex. So the Combaticons are coming. Bruticus, he's my boy. I will be picking up this 5 set of characters, although from what I originally remember, the leak was Swindle. So it looks like he's been put back and replaced with Vortex, who looks really good. But no other image of a Combaticon has been shown, and they did originally say that they weren't going to release the combiners outside of their teams in a year. So it's interesting that we've only had Vortex now officially confirmed, with the Swindle leak having disappeared. And what else did we get? Skybite, I would have originally picked this up, but I decided to not back the HasLab. I feel the scale of the Omega Prime isn't right. It is not right with the release Scourge that they did in the Velocitron set. Scourge is clearly far too small, and the Optimus Prime, or so what should I say, Fire Convoy and the God Magnus just seem just too big. They're too big. So disappointing, but I'm happy for those of you guys that want to have a set of Robots in Disguise 2001 characters, but I'm taking a backseat to them because I don't think they're in the right scale with each other now. And this must be Onyx Prime. Again, I repeat myself, I don't love the concept, but I don't dislike these designs of the toys. And the last up is Heatwave. Now, I'll say this here and now, I do think Heatwave, although it would never happen, would be a great idea for a HasLab. And you say, what the hell are you talking about? I'll tell you for why. If you could get a Heatwave that will have his dinosaur mode, the boat mode, the fire engine, the robot mode, and any of the other little devices he comes up with in the Rescue Bots and Rescue Bots Academy series, just imagine how cool of a transformer that would be if he could turn into all 4 of his modes. It would never happen as a HasLab. He's just not big enough and popular enough to them to warrant that kind of money to put into a toy. It's just a shame that we'll likely never get a Heatwave that does all that. But who knows? I just think that'd be a good idea for a HasLab. Well, what do you guys think of the toys from the Age of the Primes? Don't forget to love, like, subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.